Hey everyone, Happy New Year, but late. Our box, the wire box outside on the pool, got fried by a power surge inside the house. PUD has been by a couple of times. I think they fixed whatever it was. I think it might have been a transformer down the way or something, who knows. But anyway, after 2 days without, we have internet again, and I can go ahead and post this. I hadn't intended to talk about this at all, but since it's come up, I'm going to go ahead and do it. This was on one of my unassisted or free birth sites. There are a lot of them out there, so... and she says, I know this is a long shot, but did anyone watch the TV show Bones? I was really irritated by it. Basically, one of the characters is pregnant and wanting to have a more natural birth. That's Daisy. And all of her science friends tell her that she's crazy and has no idea what she's doing. By the end of the show, she's screaming at her midwife. It turns out, you know, it was a doula. They correct her later. That she wants an epidural. I found this not only to be disturbing, but incredibly condescending. Why is it that the mainstream media portrays anyone who wants a natural birth to be a peasant skirt, sandal-wearing, patchouli-dipped hippie who is going into the birthing process uneducated and ill-prepared? So my question is, from a personal point of view, why does the patchouli-dipped hippie, who's me, mean that I'm uneducated or ill-prepared? So I'm kind of assuming that she's talking about the doula on here, or maybe Daisy was because she's not a peasant skirt, sandal wearing, patchouli dipped hippie. It was her doula that was the hippie, and Daisy was consulting her, wanting to do it more naturally, but you know, who knows why. It turns out it was kind of misguided, because that's not Daisy's general way of doing things. But I suppose she was a little uneducated and a little ill-prepared. I mean, how can you be prepared when it's your first baby and you haven't been around it a whole lot and so on and so forth? But anyway, somebody later on down in the feed said that they're portrayed as hippie idiots. And I think it's interesting that the two just kind of naturally go together. Also, dirty hippie. Because although I am uneducated by, you know, mainstream standards, I'm not educated, never was. I attended actual school very, very shortly in my entire school years. So they would say that I'm uneducated, an uneducated white hippie. But I'm not ill-prepared, and I'm not unknowledgeable, and I'm not dirty. So, the media portraying it that way, I mean, they definitely did go overboard, because she's like the far end of the spectrum, the doula on the show, suggesting that she find a crystal that speaks to her vibration so that she has a pain-free birth, which would only work if... That's pretty, honey. It would only work if somehow the crystal was, like... I don't know. I don't see how that would work at all, but anyway. What do you guys think? So I was just kind of mentioning it because it's not just a small amount of people who group, you know, dirty hippie, uneducated, ill-prepared with hippie. It's like a lot of people that do that. So, anyway, that subject aside. And in case anybody had any questions about that, I am a hippie because of all of those things. I do smell like patchouli. I do wear peasant skirts or long skirts. I wear moccasins. I wear lots of jewelry. I don't smoke pot, though. Not all hippies, or don't take it at all. Not all hippies do pot or mushrooms or any of those other things. I never have. Don't intend to. So I do all of those things, but I'm not dirty. I do not shave. Maybe a lot of people see that as dirty. That kind of makes sense. Anyway, on to something else. Somebody asked me to stop mentioning my weight, and I will stop mentioning my weight, especially if that's considered a problem. I was only doing that to show that in spite of my incredibly clean diet, one that I should be losing tons of weight on, that I don't and I'm not, and combating the stereotype that healthy is the same as being thin and fit. Healthy people do not have to be thin and fit. I am very healthy and I am big. And I will stay that way. And that's why I was mentioning my weight, was just that I had lost the pregnancy weight or most of it, and I will stay, you know, a good 30 pounds overweight. So I will stop mentioning it for sure. But I had been doing it with the intent of showing that Freely the Banana Girl and others like her, in my opinion, who think that
Princess River's Frog Princess. She made her look like a spy.
A ninja, kind of. Anyway, that being fit and fit is automatic with being healthy and having a clean diet. That if you do have a clean diet, you will naturally drop to your optimal BMI weight. And for me, that's way too thin. I would never want to be that thin. It's a size 2 for me if I'm at my optimal. Such a stupid. So I don't intend to get down that far. I never could. I mean, I would have to work myself to the bone. And I could not get the thigh gap that Freely says all women should have if they're their optimal weight. I have very large thighs, even when very, very thin. And I have been in the past due to a septic appendectomy, or septic bust appendix, but required an appendectomy, and a couple of other surgeries too. But it's not important anymore, so I'll stop talking about it. Let's see, nothing else really has happened here. The river willow is making pig noises. I hope you guys had a wonderful New Year. We had my father over for breakfast in the morning, and he was going to bring them a little something, and it wasn't here yet. He ordered it in the mail. It wasn't here yet, so we'll be doing that another time. I'm getting excited for tax time. It's always fun for us because we always go from like paycheck to paycheck and run out of money and basically are eating the staples of food. By the time another paycheck comes, we have to go shopping tonight. I think that's it. I hope everybody is doing really well, and have a good day. Bye.